Huge crowds turn out for championship golf in Irving.
Oh, we love it out here. We try to take the kids every year and watch the pros and show them what it's all about.
We are covering the AT&T Byron Nelson and showing the big new way the city is working to maximize the impact.
Never forget, always remember.
A moving tribute for fallen officers as the Irving Police Department marks National Police Week.
None of these sculptures were here 6 years ago.
New sculptures now stand at a local park. Find out about the group making them possible. Plus, the effort to get more people to bike to work, where girls can learn to protect themselves, and a preview of a citywide scavenger hunt. This is City Source. Tens of thousands of people converge in Irving for the AT&T Byron Nelson. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. Sports fans probably know by now that Sergio Garcia took the top prize for the second time. But here we go beyond that headline. We checked out many of the activities during the week of the tournament and found out about the impact they could have. It's the AT&T Byron Nelson, where tens of thousands turn out at the Four Seasons Resort in Irving for the golf.
I like to watch short game play.
And golfers.
I've been watching Jordan.
They came to see and discover moments they never expected.
Oh, when Jordan Spieth caught the marshmallow in his mouth, that was awesome.
That moment came, wait for it, during the pre-tournament youth clinic.
I'll catch the marshmallow in his mouth. That's sick.
Kids as young as Cole Stout.
How old are you?
5 7/4.
Got to witness hometown favorite Jordan Spieth show off some tips and tricks.
I started playing when I was around their age, and it's been a blast.
I think it's a dream come true for a lot of the kids.
For some, those dreams may be starting on the course to reality.
Boy, sign my golf ball.
Alex Moon is now a pro, but can remember when he was in their shoes.
When I first started coming here, I was a kid. Being here, growing up, and watching these guys, that's how I decided that's what I wanted to be, was a pro golfer.
From golf goals to picture perfection.
Take me on a tour of Irving Circle.
Okay.
This is the newest initiative of the Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau.
They can take a picture with our hunky gondolier.
Exciting.
On this side, we have the Mustang watering hole in one.
I don't miss putts. See, this thing is crazy.
We have live music from the Texas Musicians Museum.
So many beautiful, friendly people here today.
We have our character artists, and they are doing free drawings for anyone.
It was an unexpected treat.
We have the other photo opportunity with our paddleboard beach babe.
How many times have you had to give that smile?
It's on 24/7, but it's not hard. It's not fake. It's really fun out here.
And then, of course, we have cornhole. Everyone loves cornhole.
Here we go.
Then there is a table full of giveaways to grab, swag to swipe.
We've got some great items, and it's just a matter of liking us on Facebook or following us on Instagram or Twitter.
That's one of the big goals here, making moments people will want to share on social media.
Every opportunity that we have to get in front of people and get our name out there is always a blessing.
There's always something to take a picture of. I mean, there's just always a story to tell out here, and now you've got this engaged group of everybody's a storyteller helping tell your story.
I took a picture with him.
Turns out it's a story not everyone knows.
I tweeted, #visit Irving with a little smiley face with the hunky gondola man.
Madison Sweet never knew about the gondolas in Irving, and she's from Plano.
No, I had no idea. That's really cool. I figured it was San Antonio, Riverwalk kind of thing, but I didn't know it was this close.
We're here to remind them that they're in Irving, Texas, and that we're having a lot of fun, and there's cool things in Irving to even come back to once they leave the event.
Very cool. We actually said that we should come back through here on another day. We had no idea. I mean, we knew about, the Mustangs, but didn't know that the gondola rides were going on or anything.
Some have asked, how much is it? Where is it? Are you the driver? And I'm like, no.
The pictures and messages originating here start spreading on social media.
Brett Kelly says, it's a Visit Irving kind of morning at the AT&T Byron Nelson.
And there is still more to come.
This is one of our boards.
Kevin Burt owns SUP NTX, which offers paddleboarding on Lake Carolyn. He appreciates the promotion here.
I'm very impressed by the Irving Conventions Bureau golf tournaments, especially Byron Nelson, that brings out the people that want to be outdoors.
It gets a little more wild as the day goes on because of, festivities.
The Convention and Visitors Bureau also invited online journalists for a special event full of Irving flavor. They call it the Blogger Bash.
They have big Instagram followings, big social followings, so we're hoping to just interact with some different media.
I was so glad to get this invite because I didn't even realize that this was out here and how beautiful it was.
We want them to see that we're more than golf. I think that's a big piece of it. This is a big reason we got you out here, but there's so many different stories to tell. There's so many great things for people to see and do.
Another of those stories to share is the cause that benefits from this tournament. Students from Momentous Institute performed at a special ceremony.
They represent the 6,000 kids and family members that we serve directly at our school and at our therapy centers.
And those kids have a special treat for Jordan Spieth.
The art department of the Momentous School created a trophy for you about gratitude.
It's a moment that brings together the cause, the golf, and the location that make the AT&T Byron Nelson stand out.
Thank you. This has been fun.
Yeah, in addition to all that fun, looks like those social media initiatives paid off for the Convention and Visitors Bureau. People there tell me that traffic on its Facebook and Twitter pages was up more than 1,000%. By the way, the Byron Nelson will be in Irving through the year 2018. Find the link to that story at youtube.com/thecityofirving and post it on your own Facebook timeline. Let all of your friends see it. They'd probably love that Jordan Spieth marshmallow trick. A trap in Irving caught a West Nile infected mosquito, the first of the season. The city's mosquito control team puts out about 24 traps each week and sends samples out for testing. Here are the results as of production time. Anytime there is a positive result, the city sprays the surrounding neighborhoods in the overnight hours as weather allows. The city also checks for unusually high numbers of mosquitoes caught in those traps. That could be another reason for spraying. Find updated spraying schedules and protection tips at irvingfightsthebite.org. A consumer advisory from police after 2 card skimming devices were found in the city. Look closely at this example. It's hard to see the difference, but the ATM on the right has a skimmer attached that can steal your credit or bank card information. One skimmer was found on North Beltline Road and another on West Northgate Drive. Police offer a few tips. First, look for anything out of the ordinary before swiping your card. You might notice something sticking out of the machine more than usual. That could be a sign of trouble. At the gas pump, make sure the anti-tampering seal is still in place. Here's an example of what one could look like. Others simply say void if they are messed with. Follow these tips, and that's how you can be a CitySource crime fighter. Irving marked National Police Week with a moving tribute to the city's fallen officers. It started at the Criminal Justice Center and proceeded to Veterans Memorial Park. Take a look.
This is our recognition of National Police Officer Memorial Day.
This is our second year to come out here and host this event.
Today, we as Irving police officers, family, friends, and community are here to give honor to the service of our officers.
It's a good event to remind us that, it's not always about catching that next call or how your shift is going, but it's also about remembering the 3 officers that we've had.
It's important for us to recognize the sacrifices that all of our officers make, but certainly for Irving, 3 of our officers have made the ultimate sacrifice in the service of their community, gave their life. Officer Glenn Holmes, Officer Aubrey Hawkins, and Officer Andrew Esparza.
Andrew was a good friend and loved by all, and I didn't have a chance of knowing the other 2 officers. I wasn't hired here yet. Throughout the generations that are here at the department, we want everybody to just remember that those officers gave the sacrifice for the citizens of Irving.
I think they really appreciate the jobs that they do every day, getting up every morning, and appreciation of the families.
Now therefore I, Beth Van Dyne, Mayor of the City of Irving, Texas, do hereby proclaim Sunday, May 15th, 2016 as Peace Officers Memorial Day.
We serve a very honorable profession, and we want to make sure that we build on and recognize what those sacrifices were, and we can build on that and gain strength from that. We all pray that our officers continue to perform their duties bravely and skillfully and with honor. But by God's grace and protection, we pray that we never add any more names to this memorial.
Never forget, always remember.
In addition to that ceremony locally, 4 Irving officers rode their bikes nearly 250 miles from Chesapeake, Virginia to Washington, D.C. The ride benefits charities that serve families of fallen officers and is another part of National Police Week. This summer, girls have the chance to learn important skills from police. The department is hosting the summer edition of its Rape Aggression Defense class, or RAD for short. It is open to girls and young women ages 10 through 19. The students learn risk reduction, awareness, and as you see here, self-defense. Classes fill up quickly. In fact, the first summer round is already full, so organizers are encouraging people to sign up now for the July session. It's July 18th through 21st at the Police and Fire Training Academy. The class is free, but registration is required. Find the forms by searching for RAD on the city website or email Officer Jill Smith at jsmith@cityofirving.org. The popularity of the RAD class has prompted the Irving Police Department to begin offering it in Spanish. No! In addition to all of these skills we are showing you here, counselors from the Family Advocacy Center also teach about dating violence, self-esteem, and other topics during the course. Planning for the city's next fiscal year is underway. Residents have a chance to provide input at hearings on June 9th and 23rd at 7 p.m. at Irving City Hall. People can weigh in on property tax rates, water and sewer rates, as well as sanitation fees. The City Council is scheduled to adopt the budget on September 22nd. Now to a project that is the result of donations and the work of a nonprofit group. The Las Colinas Parks Foundation just dedicated a new addition at Flagpole Hill, and our Susan Kamyap was there for the ceremony.
Looking at this park as an example of the type of community that you live in, it makes you feel good, right?
It's public art with the goal of increasing community pride. And as you'll see in a moment, there is now more of it.
Having art in public places really does stress that you have a richness of culture and that you prioritize things that are above the basic and above the pragmatic.
Here on Flagpole Hill at the University Hills area of Las Colinas, creations come together to form sculpture in the park. This is the latest addition. It's called New Beginnings.
We've scheduled this dedication for the purpose of hopefully getting the word out more to the general public about the impact of public art.
And I think having more art spread throughout Las Colinas it further expands that uniqueness of community.
None of these sculptures were here 6 years ago. There are 4 more sculptures, each from a different artist, and generally in materials which we felt would stand the use of time or the weather in Texas.
The Las Colinas Parks Foundation raised money for the sculptures. The group got started in the year 2000.
It's designed to hopefully inspire other folks in and around Las Colinas to place other pieces of art in their respective communities.
It was a day of celebration to recognize the impact a group can make by adding art to the city of Irving.
Though you might not be able to pinpoint it and say, that made me feel good today, when you are walking along the street, when you're driving, you notice if there's beauty around you. And this is just another example of what we do in the city to try to make it home and to make it a rich community.
The art is available for everyone to see near the intersection of Hidalgo and Rosita Streets. Susan Kamyap for CitySource.
Some local bicycling advocates teamed up with DART to encourage more people to use bicycles. It was all part of National Bike to Work Day, and one of the stops to promote that idea was in downtown Irving. Check it out.
This is the Bike to Work Day. It's an annual opportunity that's really sponsored by DART.
It's a great way to get to work if you can use the train and the bus and bicycle and walking.
Well, we want to encourage people to get out on their bikes, period. Enjoy bicycling and don't be scared about bicycling.
Yeah, my family is a non-car owning family, which is very radical here in Irving, Texas, I think. I have been doing some work in India and had a layover in Amsterdam. rented a bike for about €5 and just tooled around town all day and was so inspired. I came home, told my husband, I think we can be a car-free family. And he's like, in Irving? And I said, yeah, I think we can do it. And so 6 months later, we sold the car, and that's 2 years ago.
Just operating a vehicle costs about $7,000 a year to own and operate. So if you can save that money by going with one less car, you've put $7,000 disposable income into your pocket.
People can live a lifestyle that involves lots of movement in their everyday lives. And also, I think it's really important for kids to know how to be safe on the roads.
One of the pieces of literature there addresses all the laws that we have in Texas allowing cyclists the right to the road, which unfortunately a lot of people who are driving don't know.
Or your arm, you could even put it on your arm, because it...
You gotta light it. I thought you were
No.
Oh, cool.
I'm a big proponent of multimodal transit, and there's been a real effort to promote that.
One of the biggest obstacles to mass transit really taking hold is what they call the mile gap, and that's between where you get dropped off in mass transit to where you want to go. And to bridge that one gap, a bike is fantastic.
Both the DART buses and the TRE and the light rails, all three, have a method of carrying your bike. So the bus, you can put your bike on the rack on the front, and then if you're on the trains, they have places for you to hang your bike and stand by your bike if you want to.
Heritage Crossing.
People are really wanting to cycle. They're just looking for the information to make it possible.
We don't have to live in a car-centric community.
And in other news from DART, passengers will soon be able to more easily go cashless. The agency is teaming up with a company called Pay Near Me to let people load fares onto the GoPass cell phone app or the GoPass card, which will debut next year. Riders will have a chance to load the cards at participating 7-Elevens and other locations. DART says one goal is to reduce cash handling by drivers so they can focus more on operating their vehicles. There are a couple of more chances to catch the Irving concert series, which features tribute bands. June 3rd, it's Fin City with the sounds of Jimmy Buffett. June 17th, it's Guns 4 Roses. All concerts start at 7 p.m. Here's a quick sample of a recent show. That was Chicago Tribute Authority, Texas. All of these free shows happen at Whistle Stop Plaza in downtown Irving. Food trucks will be out. People are encouraged to bring blankets or lawn chairs. If it rains, the music goes on. It just moves to the nearby Heritage Senior Center. Here's a new idea organizers hope will take off. It's called Explore Irving, and it's a citywide scavenger hunt with some big goals in mind. We heard from some of the agencies and sponsors involved.
Called Explore Irving, and it's a citywide scavenger hunt.
We're so excited about it. It's going to be really fun.
Everybody's going to get a packet whenever they come and start off at Irving Arts Center.
An air horn will go off and teams will take off around town.
And it's going to have little riddles in there to figure out what places in Irving to go.
Just to have an opportunity to go around Irving and learn more about the city.
It's really just teaching the community about the different nonprofits and about businesses in the community.
At each stop, they will learn something and do something fun.
It's going to get pretty wild, and we hope the wilder the funner, right? That's the whole point.
It's like a 5 to 10 minute party everywhere they go.
It sounds like such a wonderful opportunity to bring the community together and do what we love to do best, which is educate and empower.
The idea of getting everywhere, go out and find places that you haven't been before, is a good thing. The more you know about your community, the better off you are and the better off the community is.
We have a lot of different organizations benefiting from it, which is always good.
We've got healthcare, we've got animals, we've got homeless. There's so many different areas of need in this community, and All of those are represented through the different nonprofits.
We have such a great community and a wonderful camaraderie between the nonprofits and the city. It's a great opportunity to inform our citizens about what good things are going on in Irving.
Perfect team would be
Church groups, youth groups,
a couple of friends,
companies that have teams.
Families can do it together with their children.
neighborhoods, softball teams, Girl Scout troops.
Senior center.
Anybody and everybody.
There can be 2 people, there can be 10 people.
It's only $5 per person to participate, plus a donated item.
We're actually giving points for people to log into their social media.
Awards are given for most Facebook likes, most tweets, really trying to draw in people through social media.
You'll get to learn a lot about the nonprofits and then also learn more about the city of Irving.
Another party at the finish line.
Over at Texas Musicians Museum, listening to live music.
It's all about getting to know what is in Irving.
I hope they find something that excites their imagination. I hope they meet new people. I hope they get inspired to get involved.
Put it on your calendar, June 18th, come see us and come check out everything that's fun about Irving.
Explore Irving is Saturday, June 18th, starting at 2 p.m. at the Irving Arts Center. Find the link to register at facebook.com/exploreirving. Turns out not every ribbon cutting is for a new company. The Irving Chamber recently hosted one at a business that has had a branch in Irving for years, but wanted to reintroduce itself to the business community.
Tripoli, Texas is growing. We are celebrating our continued operations here in Irving, Texas.
Being reintroduced into our community.
We want our business community to realize how much we love having them and how much we support them, whether it's a brand new business or whether it's a reopening. We want to show our support.
We ask you to display that prominently so people know.
You can find all kinds of things that are going to help you on your next trip, whether it's trip planning or getting your maps made for wherever you're taking a road trip, of course, insurance services.
We have a wonderful insurance staff here. Everybody is a great team, and we're really eager and anxious to help our members.
This NASCAR is one of the AAA NASCARs. This is great for kids to see. A lot of times the children see these types of vehicles on TV during the races. We have this one here. It's part of our grand reopening celebration here in Irving.
We want our brand awareness back out into the Irving community, and we want them to know we're here, we're ready to service you.
We're so proud to be here in Irving because it is such a great community to be a part of.
Yeah, and by the way, I asked Doug for summer vacation ideas to share. He recommends national parks. The Park Service is celebrating its centennial this year, and there are some special deals and events. And with that, it's time to head out to the Animal Care Campus. Intern JP has our Pets of the Week.
All right, we're here at the Animal Care Campus with Marissa. And who's this little guy?
This little guy is Rue.
Now, Rue, how old is Rue?
Rue is 2 years old.
And can you tell me a little bit about Rue, his personality?
Rue is a very sweet boy, very energetic.
Where was Rue found?
Rue was found by the Irving Library, found stray.
And now we have Michael Whiteside, Administrative Assistant for the DFW Humane Society. And who's this guy, Michael?
This is Kramer. He is about a 2-year-old Shih Tzu mix. He was found by a resident as a stray and then brought to the city side of the shelter. When he came in, he was pretty matted and dirty, and one of our volunteers took some time to clean him up, get all the mats out, and then shave him down so he looked really nice.
What's his personality like?
He's a pretty active guy. He's 2 years, like I said, he's 2 years old, so he's still got a little bit of puppy in him. And so he likes to get out and move around, and he does sort of like to be held. Of course, right now I think the lights are kind of messing with him, but he's actually a super sweet guy.
What kind of a family home would be best?
As far as I can tell, he's been really good with children and other pets, so I think, any home that really just has some time to get some love and attention to him is going to be fantastic.
Tell us about Prince and his story.
This is Prince. An animal control officer was called out about a dog that had been hit and left in the middle of the road. And when they got there, they found Prince. One of his legs was actually shredded to the bone. And our director went over to take a look at him, and she started talking to him and petting his head, and he started wagging his tail. And so she knew at that point that there was some hope that he could be saved because he wasn't going to give up, and so we weren't going to give up on him. So we took him to the vet. He did have to have one leg amputated where it had been shredded, and he still has some road rash scars on one side. For what he's gone through, he is one of the happiest, most friendly, most loving dogs that I have ever seen.
How has the transition been like with him, missing a leg?
He's done fantastic. He's only been really out walking for about a week or two now, and he's slowly getting the hang of just moving around with the one leg. He does just fine. He just likes to be near people. He really just wants to cuddle up and lick and just enjoy being around people.
All right, thank you, Michael. And back to you, Thomas.
All right, thanks a lot, JP. Some good ones there today. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. Irving police are now using body cameras. See some of the training they are receiving on the next City Source. Also, officers team up with schools to raise money for Special Olympics. We're with them on the very fun penny runs. And why you should not only think golf in Irving this time of year, a women's wrestling event returned to the city, and we will hear from some of the athletes. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. We may read some of your messages here on the show, or you can always comment on our videos at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And how about subscribing to our channel while you're there? And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with more from the AT&T Byron Nelson. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.